What it do, baby? It's your boy, Mr. Prophytes Be Like, here on the Prophytes Be Like podcast. What you laughing for, dog? you like my intro? You like my intro? That's what it is.
I've been on your podcast before, so I've seen the growth. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. I thank you, T. I appreciate that. It's your boy, Mr. Prophytes Be Like, episode 40. The summer road trip is over, so of course the podcast is back. Um, with the summer road trip being closed, there has been some shit that's didn't happen this past weekend, and I thought I'd get some relative parties to come together so that we can like nip this in the bud so that everyone has all of the facts. So on today's show, I invited Tiwa.
Yeah, Tiwa works. Cap outside, full 2K, Deuce Club of Foot Oak.
Deuce Club.
Also, CEO, founder of the Atlanta Greek Picnic and DC Greek Picnic and Miami Greek. So happy to
Yes,
be.
indeed. Appreciate you being here, Tiwa. Lacey. Got Lacey here too.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Fall 21, Rose Omega out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And I relocated up to the DC area about a year and a half ago.
North Carolina, raise up, take your shirt
Everybody
off,
want to bring
twist it
Peter
around your
Pablo in
head.
this. Peter Pablo ain't the only person that's famous in North Carolina.
Kind of like a helicopter. No, just let me stop.
Mm-mm.
I ain't gonna say why I had a t-shirt readily available for that, but um, let's keep going. My bad. I get off topic sometimes on my own podcast. I know this is crazy. Nasia.
Hello, I am Nasia. I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Across Beta Lambda, Fall 19. I am the number 4 of the Ivy Collection.
Oh, okay. Ivy Collection. You said, wait, you Quad Club? You said?
Yes, sir.
Okay, never mind. Ain't no line what I do. No, I'm just kidding. No disrespect to the quads. Shout out to the quads.
2
Jade.
plus 2 equals 4.
Touche. So I've heard. Go ahead, Jade.
Hi everyone, I'm Jade. I'm a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I crossed at the Beta Lambda chapter in fall of 20, and I'm the deuce of the Three Musketeers.
Hey, Deuce Club, Deuce Club.
Deuce
Us
Clubs.
Deuce Clubs united on here. And last but not least, Mike.
Mike Jones, Omicron Sigma Chapter, Spring 2009, Deuce Dog, that two dog from the Lou Dog. Fuck with me, I fuck with you, dog. On the Return of the Outlandish, that was a ship name.
I feel like I gotta do my shit over again. My shit was kind of whack.
Yeah, so I got to go last. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, y'all going deep, acronyms spelled out, the whole nine. Like, god damn.
I ain't said that shit in years, though. They two dogs from the Lou Dog. Fuck with me, I fuck with you, dog.
That's some Mike Jones shit right there, boy.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to know that it's four deuces on the call. So shout out to the Deuce Club once again. But no, the reason why we're all here is, of course, to talk about what happened this past weekend at DC Greek Picnic. So with Tiwa being the owner of DC Greek Picnic, also with the AKAs fam that's on the call. So we got fam who Deion Sanders stepped to pull old girl off stage, and then we got brown pants, brown skirt. People kept calling brown pants. Like, dang, who brown? Forget the perp. Who brown pants? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why. Hopefully they found you though, and they definitely gonna find you after this interview. And fam who was also involved. So Nasia and Jay were both involved with the ending part, and then Mike is just here for commentary, as y'all can see with the Deuce Dog from the Lou Dog type, whatever Mike be saying. So he's here for commentary conversation. So let's get it started. So we go in chronological order, and we starting with Tiwa, since Tiwa is the founder of DC Greek Picnic. Now,
Yeah.
Tiwa, you were telling me that you first interacted with her on that Thursday. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Obviously we just wrapped up DC Greek, finally launched it after 2-3 strong years. I'm trying to put it together. But yeah, we kicked off the weekend on Thursday at Mayflower Club in DC, doing a little networking mixer. Cool event, had a bunch of people show up, a lot of seasoned Greeks came out, and I remember being at the bar and, just again, as the host, I was literally greeting everyone as it came in. Hey, how you doing? Shaking hands. And I remember when she came up and what kind of stood out because she had on, blue bustier and blue lipstick. So I'm thinking, oh, the Zetas are in here. Hey, how are you? My name's Tiwa. She's like, my name's Kathy. And I said, okay, what org are you? And she's like, oh, I'm an AKA. And, Jasmine, part of our team, she's an AKA. So I did an introduction. And there was another older AKA there. And I also did a quick introduction. And, she literally chilled for the rest of the night. But I did notice she was a little bit like socially awkward, didn't really interact too much, was kind of on her phone all night, and that was our first interaction.
Okay. Did you interact with her at the picnic any before the videos?
No, I saw her again at Park. We did a dinner party at Park on Friday. So I saw her and I think we all had the whole third floor. And I saw her there, but it's busy, so everybody's kind of doing their thing. And that was the last time before the picnic. And again, we were busy planning, get our things together. And did see her obviously, just bopping here and there, nothing really that stood out to be like, oh, that's a perp in the mix, but because everyone was just chilling, doing their thing. And I think it wasn't until, the stroll offs or just kind of little mini things happening that just started noticing things, but it wasn't like obvious that something was off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I guess that's where we pick up the story with Lacey. So Lacey, you you were
Sorry,
a superhero. Go ahead, Tiwa.
I wanted to give you context before you pass it to Lacey to kind of explain how we got into the kind of the stroll off we did. Obviously, DC Greek Picnic's first year, we didn't have a lot of teams ready to compete. So DJ Young Red, Sigma Gamma Rho, and we discussed it and said, you know what, let's do like a kind of you guys serve type of thing. Everyone make a circle, and then every org will get out there one by one. If you want to go out as an individual, do your stroll. If you want to go out as your chapter, as a group, you can do your thing. And it was pretty cool. I thought it was very interactive. And that's what it started. And kind of the alphas went first, and the next was the situation. Then Lacey came in.
Okay, Lacey, you wanna jump in and if you like noticed her before that situation
yes,
where you did the hot skip and jumped to that was real smooth, by the way. Like you kind of just like, yeah, let's go. Stage left. Like you pulled her off like the church program or something at Easter.
Look like the Apollo. What do you call that man? Apollo, just
Sandman.
Sandman.
You said, wah, wah, doom, doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just needed your broom. That's all you was missing. Lacey, let me hear from you though. Did you notice her before that situation? And then also, did you it looked like you were anticipating for that to happen and you was just like ready to go. Walk us through what that day.
So sort of kind of noticed her. So so I got to the Greek picnic around 3 o'clock. I was invited by fam. And like I told you, I'm new to the area. So I'm very intentional about meeting my sorors, meeting fam, getting out. And so we're chilling, laughing. And somebody said, that AKA over there is hot. I said, what AKA? And they said, that AKA over there. And I'm looking through the crowd and I was like, shirt and some long green socks. I said, oh, must be talking about that AKA. I said, okay. So now I'm watching her. And at the Greek picnic, there were like pockets of AKA. So like you kind of hanging out with the people that you came with. So she bounced around from like the beta alpha AKAs, then she jumped over to Jade and Asia, then she jumped over to like us. So she was just kind of like making her rounds. So before we got to the stroll off, one of the sorors came up to me and said, "Why did she just ask me what sorority I'm in?" I said, "Oh." I said, "So she might be a perp." And then I looked over, and that's what they was like, "Okay, you got served." And we see Beta Alpha coming out, and now she's coming out behind him. I said, "Oh, my dear God, no." I said, "No, Lord, somebody got to stop." And Em was like, "Got to do it old school." So now I'm walking and trying to be as inconspicuous as possible. Trying to walk. And then as soon as the beat dropped, that's where you see my little hop. You see my little hop, skip, and slide on back. So as I slide her on back, that's when I walk back around to fam. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm a little perturbed at this point because I'm embarrassed. Because I'm like, one, it was like I wasn't even paying attention to the cameras. I knew they were there, but I wasn't paying attention to it. But I'm like, you put me in a position where I have to um I have to do something behind your foolishness. And another soror came behind me and she said, "Thank you for doing it." I said, "Soror, I think she a perp." Her face got straight. And that's when she rolled around over there to Jade and Tasia. And she called Jade over and she was like, "What's she saying?" And Jade was like, "She's saying that she crossed that fam."
Okay. So
Yeah,
that's where we get to okay. Oh, it's making
yeah.
sense. Now we see this is why I'm glad we're doing this because now we piecing everything together. So
This guy,
then
this
When
guy,
she
this guy,
said,
like this guy, like ID channel energy. Like right now, it's real. It's
First
like
48.
30 for. It's like 30 for 30. Like
baby, when we told Jade that she was a perp, baby, Jade's face went from smile to serial killer in like 5 seconds.
Oh my. Yeah, so Jay, let's get into you. And yeah, shout out to you once again, Lacey, the way you kind of hopped over there like Dion just ran back a touchdown. You definitely high stepped your way to be a hero. So Jay, let's bring it over to you since Lacey has passed it your way.
Yeah, so me and Nasia got there pretty late. Probably I want to say like around 6, earliest maybe 5:30. So we were there after the events of her pulling her from the stroll line. And one of our Neos had got there maybe 20 minutes before us. And she came up to us and was like, "Some girl just got pulled from a stroll line." Because we were like, "What's going on?" We just see a circle of everyone around there. And we're like, "What are y'all doing?" And she was like, "Oh, they're doing strolls and stuff. And some girl just got pulled." I was like, "Who?" And she was like, "That girl in the white AK shirt over there." I was like, "Who is that?" Like, I've never seen her before. I was like, "Has anybody spoke to her or anything?" And she was like, "I don't think so." And that's when one of our other sorors came up to me and Nasia and was like, "Hey, we think there's a perp here." So Nasia starts like, so nobody talked to her, nobody did anything. So I'm
Oh,
following
okay.
her lead. And Nasia's, it's always like Neo and Prophyte with me and her. I take her, she's the lead.
So should we get to Nasia's side? Nasia, where that brown skirt at? Let's see the brown skirt real quick.
My brown skirt right here.
You got the brown skirt?
The brown skirt is right here.
Oh man, you might want to put that up in the Hall of Fame because people was forgetting that it was a perp out. They was like, man, who is brown skirt though? Here's brown skirt, y'all. Brown skirt is on the podcast. So if you're looking for her, here she is.
I'm here, live in action.
She don't respond to DM. No, I'm just playing. Nasia, what you got for us?
I saw her immediately coming in. She just looked like a sore thumb, and I'm like, all right. So that's the first question I'm asking. I said, "Hey, y'all, who is that?" Y'all. Was she with y'all? Y'all know her, but at this time she's over on the other side of the circle or oval. I think I want to say she was like mingling through like the iotas. That's where I seen her. So I'm asking around, I'm bringing Sora. "Hey, Sora, nice to see you. Nice to see you again." Introduce myself to the ones I haven't seen before. And I said, it's off the bat, it's giving perp. It's not one of us. It's a perp for sure. So I'm asking, "Hey, did y'all check that out? Y'all check that scene?" Everybody was like, "No, but we think she's a perp. She thinks she's a perp." I said, "Okay, when y'all gonna go find out?" Who's gonna go figure that out? So I said, I'll take full initiative. I got it. Here we go. And then I just went over. I said, hey, Soror, how are you? Where you from? Who you with? And she was like, oh, my name's Kathy. I'm from. And I was like, well, are you local or so forth? Because that's all she gave me. She was like, my name's Kathy. I said, are you local? Are you locally from here? Or, are you from out of town? She was like, oh, I'm from Jersey. I said, oh, okay, well, where did you cross? She said, FAMU. Who Shamu? Who was that?
Oh my God.
FAMU, maybe? And she was like, yes. I said, oh, Lord. I said, oh, okay. So I went back to the sorors and I said, she said she crossed at FAMU. They said, Beta Alpha was just here. I said, oh, well, maybe I heard incorrectly. Let me go double check. So I go back over to her. I said, what chapter is it? I'm not familiar with that area. I've never lived in Florida before. I don't know anything about Florida, so can you educate me on what chapter is out there? She said, oh, Theta Nu. Who? And that, like, that's when we knew. That's when we knew. So I said, that's when I brought Jade over. I said, Jade, introduce yourself. Tell her who you are, blase, blase. And she didn't spit nothing back. I said, all righty. So I said, you know what, just come over here with the Soras. I don't think anybody like formally introduced themselves to you. If you ever come in the area, we know each other by faces, if anything. And so I said, I'm gonna introduce you to everybody. And then they were like, so what chapter did you say you crossed? And I was like, oh Lord. And then she didn't have any answers. And then I told her, I don't think it's Theta Nu at FAMU. She said, oh no, like Florida State University, huh?
Oh my goodness. Ah.
I said, no, I said, honey, that's two different schools. She said, well, like Florida, the entire state is, where it's like one chapter. I said, yeah.
Oh, damn.
I said, clearly you're a perp. You don't know what you're talking about. That's when I started asking around. I said, anybody got extra t-shirt? And everybody was like, we can go find one. I said, you know what? I just got off a flight from Atlanta. I got a whole luggage in the car. I know it's a t-shirt in there. So then I started walking to the car. And what happened after that?
So wait, let's back up. So let's talk about where we first saw Brown Skirt. What was that interaction? I assume the person who had the phone was also an AKA.
Yeah.
What was she showing you?
She was showing me. So I told her to ask. So I had asked Kathy for her Instagram. And I was like, I'll follow you or whatever. So I saw that she had AKA stuff on her Instagram, and I'm looking. And as soon as I turned away from her, she blocked me.
Oh, wow.
So I had shared the Instagram with my Neo, Dejanay. That's the one that's in the green crop top.
Okay, crop top.
And then I told her, I said, hey, send it to the Beta Alpha Sorors, right? She was like, yes. I said, send this page to her. Ask her, does she know her or anything? Beta Alpha said, we don't know her from a can of paint. They said we do not know her. So I said, okay, clearly it's a perp. And that's when I brought her over their way and I said, hey, so we'll handle that. And I went to go get a t-shirt.
Okay.
That's so peaceful.
Very peaceful.
Violence is not the answer.
Shit.
Wait. I mean, I'm glad it was peaceful because one, we don't want to. I mean, me personally, the older I get, the more I become like this old person that just won't be peace and not rowdy. I don't know, Mike. Maybe you're not delivered yet, but
no. Well, so me myself personally, I ain't gotta really be on. Like I got Neos. Like I'm 14, so I got 14 in. So like I don't even be around niggas who perp. Like I don't even be around like that kind of environment. But like in general though, like back in the day, because we're in a city, so we used to deal with perps. Like I guess for me, it's hella interesting. Like I ain't gonna say I don't get why it's a big deal. It's a big deal. But in St. Louis, we would catch a perp like every other month. Just cause you in the city. Like, so, you know, dudes just perp just cause, you know, they think it ain't gonna be nobody to ever catch them. So like back when I was a neo, you know what I'm saying? You know, back when we was on the yard, like, bro, we would, yeah. like, you know, it went a lot quicker. It went a lot more harsher. It went a lot more like violently. Like it, you know, it just wasn't something we played with. And I'm not knocking the way I did it. I'm just literally good. Cause the thing about perps, man, is perps press charges, bro. So like, you know, y'all did it the right way. It's just interesting to hear because, you know, in my experience, we just start taking shit. I mean, you know, we just kind of ask questions later. But, you know, kudos for y'all to parlaying. And also, you know, I keep looking at it and I'm gonna ask y'all, was she high or was it like some mental some like mental stagnation going on with her? Because you know, because I also want to like commend y'all for giving her that kind of grace. Because every time I kept looking at her, I'm like, bro, I don't know if she's like all the way cognizant of what she's doing. Too.
Yeah, and I feel the same way, Mike, because like, you know, at first I thought the situation like, bro, not a perp coming to like an actual picnic to perp. Like, how crazy is that, you know?
Right.
And just like initial thought of how like her like jumping in the line, trying to, you know, I might have giggled, but then like as I dug deeper, it's like looking at her page, looking at what she posts, looking at her followers, who she's following, these fake like Instagram sorority fraternity. I don't know what they are, but I definitely think it was a mental thing, and it became not funny to me anymore.
Because
Tam, I don't know if y'all go ahead, Mike.
no, because usually with perps, like usually when we catch a perp, like as soon as you walk into a club, like we would catch them in like clubs and shit. So as soon as you walk into a club, like instantly, because they know what they doing. So instantly, like they whole body language switch up. Like they whole body language switch up. They start kind of ducking off and trying to get out of there, right? Because they know, oh shit, right? But with her, even when she got in the stroll line, I kept playing it back, and I put that in the comment. Like I kept playing it back, like baby girl, what did you think was like? What you think you was about to do? Like, how do you jump in a stroll line on a stroll? Like, even if you were like the case for real, how do you jump in a stroll line for a stroll you don't know from a chapter you not from? Like, what do you think? What do you think was about to happen with the beat drop? So that's what made me be like, man, it's got to be something going on besides just, you know, I want to be AKA and you know I'm out here maybe inebriated.
And I think
AKAs,
to your
how y'all
point,
feel? Go ahead, Tiwa.
I think to your point, I honestly I reached out a day or so ago just to kind of just tell her from, you know, perspective of from the business side, like, hey, you know, you're kind of antagonizing these members by I see you're commenting, you're talking to people, you're defending your position. And as I continued to speak, she started making some very outlandish claims, stating that, you know, she's an AKA, but the beta alpha AKAs are the perps, and they should have been checked, not her. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, you can't be serious saying this. And then she was just going on about how, you know, when she got in the parking lot. So I actually said one of the AKs asked her for a ride. And I said, who? And funny enough, she showed me Naja's block page. And I was like, so
Naja, you ain't got no car?
Who was the security dude working the parking lot? Ask him what car I pulled up in.
You ain't got no car, dog.
So
ask him what car I pulled up in.
She said Naja doesn't have a car.
Had a ride.
She said Naja didn't have a car, and that
Naja ain't got no
girls
whip.
were selling
I
themselves.
would have asked one of my real sorors for a ride, if anything.
So Kathy said she said when she left, she was saying like, oh, you know, she was ready to buck because I said, but how are you gonna buck when they snatched literally they took your socks and your damn shirt off, like, and security literally had to walk you out because it was starting to get hostile and it wasn't safe for you. She said, well, when I left, the girls, the AKs, and in fact, they said the non-members in the parking lot asked me for a ride, and I was going to give it to them, but they were selling themselves for sex.
Yeah.
I was like, look, you. Then we just got into a conversation. I said, so what do you do? She's like, she's a licensed medical doctor. I
Oh
said,
hell no.
can you show me something like proof? And she sends a picture of an NAACP award, like I guess a thing she was holding, which if you look at her page, she's got the backdrop.
That's all she needs.
Trophy,
That's all she needs.
And then I asked for her membership card. I said, can I at least see what you have? That's membership card. And she sent a copy of a community service receipt from 2014.
I would have did the same thing. I would have showed you the same thing.
So I mean,
I was on receipt.
It's crazy. I mean, definitely there's a mental, and I think again, part of this conversation we're having was not necessary. From my perspective, it's not necessary to be. I think again, as we get older in this space and hold position within Greek life, we're not out to be bullies. We will check people, but at the same time, is when we do have an opportunity to identify when there's a mental health crisis or issues, and it's a very important thing that we have to address because she needs help, and she's fortunate to have met some very sane, stable, and caring AKAs at the picnic. But if I'll be honest, if this was AGP with 10,000 people on the Maurice Brown plot, you would think they were just strolling, not knowing there was a beatdown going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. I actually feel sorry for her because she doesn't understand. Like Mike said, when you meet a perp, they react and they're like, oh, they know they did something wrong. But in her mind, she's right. Like there's nothing wrong she's done, and that's dangerous. That's very dangerous for her and her own personal being.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Also, like, to respond to some of this, like another reason we were very nice was because we did sense that mental like lapse of judgment and everything. Just speaking with her, you can tell from her speech to the way she kept trying to go on and prove that she was right. It made us feel like, we do have to get her out of these letters, but also like handle it with care because there was clearly something going on there that was bigger than just, a regular perp. So we were all very cognizant of the fact of that and tried to handle it with care.
Highly commendable.
Definitely, for sure. I think
who got the socks?
Who got the socks? Who got the hat? Which wait, yeah. Well, who got the socks? Who got the?
What you do with them, Lacey?
Yeah, what y'all do with the socks and the t-shirt? Y'all got? Did she have a
Nah,
wristband too?
I mean the t-shirt. But who got them socks? Who pulled them socks up?
Socks off? Like,
well, they were pulled off by a beautiful person, and I took them out of her hand and I washed them, and they upstairs right now. I'm gonna wear them around the house.
Hey,
her shirt I cut up, I threw it away.
Yeah,
I made sure I disposed of that.
Okay. Yeah.
Where did she get them? Where y'all think she got them from?
I was about to say the same thing. Them socks cost like $75, don't they? Like them
No,
socks are expensive.
Like a screen printed at the house shirt, like
right.
If you would have seen that post, it was like pixelated.
The
I'm
socks
talking about the
paraphernalia, but Nelia, the paraphernalia, they're not checking membership cards whenever you go into these Greek shops.
Oh, of course not.
They're not going to do that. So they are. I guess they'll let you know it's for the purpose of people who are members of the Divine Nine, but they're not going to say, "Let me see your financial card. Let me see your membership card. Let me see your number." They're not going to do that. So she very well could have got it off of whatever Greek. She could have got it off of AliExpress.
Them socks are expensive though. I'm not. Ain't they like high 50s, 60s or something?
If you know the right website, no.
Oh, dang! I thought
vendors.
If you go to the right mall,
I thought there was some premium socks she had on, like the premium Nike socks. It's like one pack is like a $50. That's where I thought she might have got hers from. Cause I'm like, man, she really went far to get these socks for real.
Well,
but I'm glad y'all.
How they feel when I wear them.
I should have told you to grab them.
You gonna wear them?
Oh yeah, I told you I washed them.
I don't know. That's like bad juju though. I don't know.
I'm not. No, that's bad juju if she died.
You said what?
She's still alive.
Nah, but she alive is like a person, but like I don't know.
There you go.
Mike, you go to New Orleans too much. Stop it, man.
I
That's your problem.
just
Stay
don't
out
want
of
you to
New
put them
Orleans.
socks on and like, you got like
You know what? You got a point. I don't want
you
her.
got like
I want her spirit getting on me, but I still.
yeah, you got like 5 years of like bad Tinder dates or something. Like I don't know what happened. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't want that for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, these socks online only $10.
$10.
Javon be getting played, bro. He be going to the vendors getting played. He be going to the vendors getting played, bro. They be doing Javon dirty at the vendor.
Listen, Mike, I don't know how much stuff costs because I get it for free. That's why.
There you are. Okay. Well, back in my day, you earned your nail.
I promise you, if you saw
All
the
these
jacket, you're the
newfangled
one that'll
gifts.
spend $350 on it.
Say it again.
I promise you, you're the one that'll spend $350 on a jacket that you could have got for $100.
Oh no, I don't do that no more. Maybe back in my Neo days before Prophytes be like, but no, I get the hookups now, so I ain't got to worry about getting hustled. I probably would if back then, first fresh 350 for 100, maybe, but this is today. Today I'm not. So go to hell, Mike. You wrong for that, dog. You supposed to be on my side. St. Louis.
I'm on your side. I ain't. First of all, when it comes to Greek shit, I ain't gonna never be on your side. But that's a whole nother story.
Here go Mike. Go ahead and tell your story, Mike, so that everybody else can hear it for like the 15th time.
No.
The floor is yours, Mike. They're listening. Fam, Tiwa, they're listening to you, Mike. Go ahead and get what you got to say off.
So I knew this little nigga, right? Like the day after he graduated high school, right? I was a camp counselor, and this nigga was were you a camper or were you a junior counselor?
I was counselor too for the campers, the younger ones.
So I was a young bro. So we went to the same high school, and the high school we went to was like it's kind of like going to like how y'all like kind of like Dunbar. Like this is one of them like schools where everybody know everybody, right? So he said he went to Reddit. I'm like, okay, this little bro, right? It's my little brother. So the whole time at camp, I'm wearing non-benelia because I'm like a year or two in the frat. Whole time wearing non-benelia. And he like asking questions, like he fucking with me, right? So he coming up, what was it like? Where did you go? Ooh, where you crossing? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but he ain't saying, but he's just asking questions. So I'm like, yeah, I bet. Camp over. I go on with my life. He go to college. I don't see this nigga for like 2 years, right? Cool. He pop up on Instagram, I think. Nigga pop up on Instagram, like, hey, big bro, mind you. Big bro, can you help me get my page started? His profile be like, blah, blah, blah. If you could just repost it, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, man, who the fuck is this nigga? I click and I see his face. I'm like, yeah, that's a little homie from camp. This nigga whole alpha. The whole motherfucker alpha. The whole motherfucker alpha. That nigga he played in my face for a whole summer. Went away to school and played his alpha. The whole motherfucking summer.
Oh, good times, man. Good times.
I'm
sorry to have led you on like that, Mike. But back then in high school, whenever I found out somebody was Greek, I just always asked, how is it?
What's it like? What they make you do? What was it? Damn, for real?
You cannot be this funny, dog. Bruh. You cannot be this funny.
That shit was trash.
So Mike and then my cousin, who's a Kappa, they've both been mad at me like for all my life, for the rest of my life, that I'm an alpha now because Mike wanted me to be a Q. My cousin Milton wanted me to be a Kappa, and I wanted to go another way. So. And
you ain't had to be a Q, dog. You ain't had to be the bros, but you could have left me the fuck alone. It was 100 degrees outside. This nigga following me up trails and shit, asking me questions. It's July.
Now he exaggerated.
Yeah, we in summer camp. It's fucking July. It's 100 degrees. Hey. So what time do y'all be starting? Like, bro, get the fuck on somewhere. But I'm answering the nigga because I don't want him to go to school and be like, man, fuck the Qs. I was one around. He ain't tell me nothing. I put in all that work. Ain't fucking electricity in that motherfucker. And this nigga come back an alpha.
Oh man, yeah. I don't think you knew I was in our alpha mentoring program. So if you would have
I
known
ain't
that,
know
you probably wouldn't have answered my questions.
I wouldn't answer shit.
That's Mike's story, y'all. So I just every time I talk to him, he got to get that off. So that's why his nickname Old Nigga Nice.
Old
Get
nigga
that right.
nice.
Old Nigga Nice for sure. But no, back to the subject at hand. I'm sorry, ladies, fam. Y'all said y'all kind of sensed a mental illness there. Lacey, I guess, when did you sense that, like before you Dion stepped to get her, or like when did you, like, I guess, first notice that?
I didn't sense it off the bat. So, like I said, I'm fall 21. I'm not even 2 years. I'm not even a toddler yet in the sisterhood. So even though I saw her, I was like I said, she stuck out like a sore thumb, but I didn't off the bat notice it. But I looked at her in her face, and just everything about her looked medicated,
Mm.
heavily dusty and medicated. And
Wait, what in medicated?
dusty. Even her contacts looked dusty. And
Hey man.
I was I was like, not even on our worst day, AKAs present themselves like this. So
Hey man.
so so yeah, so like they said, I didn't realize it was something like seriously wrong with her until I started seeing her post on like it was like the AKA natural hair page. She actually went on the page and said, I created a stroll and we were supposed to stroll to this song, and nobody wanted to stroll with me. Like she really does believe. Didn't you say you said she was a charter member? She said she was a charter member, that that the president was the supreme. Like she really believes the lie that she's telling herself.
She
Like,
said she created the Pfizer vaccine.
She sure did. She sure did say that. I forgot about that.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a little later when we started, when we got the socks back. She had said that she was an honorary member. She created the Pfizer vaccine. We need to respect her. A little earlier, she said she chartered. She just said, I chartered. And we're like, chartered what? And she was like, I chartered.
The 7 C's, nigga.
No, what else? Yeah,
Mike, stop, bro.
a lot. It was a lot. It was just a lot of circles, just trying to explain lie after lie after lie, which was, yeah, it was just too much.
it has to be a mental illness for you to just believe your own lies and then to come out there. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, when you on mute, bro.
She showed me her Instagram.
You say what?
I knew when she showed me her Instagram. I knew.
Yeah.
Lord bless it.
And
Yeah,
she
I
was
not seen that
changed-
Instagram till much later.
She was
I
chain
seen-
smoking
she-
all
I asked
day
her
too.
Instagram.
Mad,
What-
like she was just chain smoking, just
And that was another thing. She was smoking in letters. Like she said,
Squares?
she was
Yep.
Squares, bro.
inebriated.
Damn.
It was like, we don't do that in letters. We don't do that in our letters. Like everything about her was wrong from top to bottom.
She even tried to smoke with her pinky up.
Were they Camels
She
or Cool
definitely
Super
tried it.
Longs?
Were they Marlboro? Were they
Marlboro,
cool?
Cool
I think
Super
they were
Longs.
Like-
Newports.
yeah, they were Newports.
Newports. Was it a soft pack
Newports.
or was it a hard pack? Do we know? Was it a soft pack
Yeah, I think it was this.
Oh,
or a hard pack?
it's the hard pack.
Said a hard pack.
Damn.
Yeah. No, but she's been doing this for a while because I've gotten one of the alphas that I know, he sent me a video from a group chat he was in, and you could see her in the back of the stroll doing Set It Off like a couple months ago. So she's been doing this.
And what's
Yeah.
even funny is that I think on what was that happened Saturday, on Sunday, a bunch of folks in the AGP main chat started circulating. Apparently she was in there maybe last year and she got kicked out because, again, you know, you got to kind of prove who you are, blah blah blah. And then she posted she was stated new pie or something with a cactus at the end of it. So that started circulating again, and they were like, oh shit, like, yep, that's her. So, you know,
They go hard. Yeah. No,
Like,
I'm already knowing.
like this. She's about to be in the Perp Hall of Fame. Like she's rising to the top right now. Like she's gone. And then and then another thing she said to me, like, I'm famous, is what she said. I'm
She
famous.
is. Hey, she ain't lied about that motherfucker. She ain't lied about that.
I'm still trying to understand when AKAs go from ivies to cactuses, though. Like, what was the point of the cactus? I guess I'm still trying to figure out.
Because she's
what.
dusty.
Damn.
That's where cactuses grow in the
And
desert.
Damn! Oh, that's a bar, ain't it? Oh, damn! Oh my god! I didn't even think of it like that. You quick with it, Deion Sanders. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow.
these
But
viral
no.
videos.
Yeah. Let's just say this weekend was crazy. But shout out to T. Well, shout out to you for DC Greek picnic. Looking
Man,
forward to next year.
bro. Let me tell you I'll tell you what's funny. Kind of like behind the scenes. This was and like I said earlier, this was year 3 of trying to pull this off, and literally 18 hours before DC Greek picnic, we had an issue with our venue. Like we had to change venues within less like 18 hours. So we were all stressed out. Like, damn, I was literally on the verge around 5 o'clock of canceling again. Like, yo, this shit is not gonna work. But I'm like, let's take one more stab, and went to visit WG Studios. And within an hour, we struck a deal. Okay, let's move all equipment, everything. We got to make. I saw it was a parking lot, but I'm like, yo, we got to make this work because people are flying in. People are not going to be happy. However, I know that people understand. And then the message went out saying the picnic was canceled from our previous ticket holders. So that has kind of threw everything in disarray. However, we decided to just make it happen. We're gonna if anyone comes, we're gonna have fun. We got drinks, we got food. We're gonna create the vibe. We are the vibe, and it's truly a blessing that from having such a negative situation happen with almost canceling to now DC Greek picnic going freaking viral. You know what I mean? And it's and I say it's just internally as our team. We were just like, man, God works in mysterious ways because even the venue, they have their challenges, and they were just like, man, that's like, we're thankful for it's indirect being thankful for the negative situation, but at the same time, it lets people know, like, we still had a great time, and there was a lot of positive that still came out of this, and the new friendships that were made. So just wanted to share
She
that.
saved y'all. That's I heard it.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it wasn't for her,
it wasn't
like,
for that, But it's crazy because any Greek event, there's always a moment that kind of like is the highlight of that year, And if you go back to any Texas Greek or New Orleans or AGP 17, 16,
Elevators.
All these things. So DC has had their first viral moment, on year
you
one.
said she was in. You said she was in y'all group chat though, or the group.
So yeah, she was in our group me last year. That she got kicked out. So people were now like, "Oh my god, that's the chick from whatever." The admins and all were talking about that. So
my old nigga rant, my real old nigga rant. Stop talking Greek shit in y'all group me's, and whoever out there listening, whoever out there charging motherfuckers up, spilling secrets, doing all that dumb shit. And y'all group me, like in y'all group me's, bro, stop doing that shit. Y'all look crazy. Most of the shit y'all talking about is a federal fucking conspiracy. Like, stop doing that. You never know who in there. You can't verify nobody for real. Like, y'all in there, y'all spring 23, 22, 21, 20s. Like, I know y'all done grew up. A lot of y'all done grew up only having, like, when I crossed, the only thing we had was Facebook. So like the internet wasn't like a, Facebook told you where to go to fuck with the bros. Yeah, but like it wasn't like the end all be all. Niggas will literally come up to you and be like, dog, we good. I know you off Instagram. But it's not a real thing. I'm not like, nah, like that's not a real thing. So for all of y'all doing all that shit in the group meets, bro, stop. Go read a book. Read a book. Touch grass,
and I think this is a good lesson for everyone that, again, because they have letters on does not mean that they're good. And it's just and for me, it's always, unless I've met you before in some way, form, or fashion, I'm not gripping you up. I'm not
exactly.
Information is especially when we start to get a little deep. the first thing, if you're not spitting information when I meet you off the rip, it's not love. You know, it's not love, and it's not a pass. And I think it's a testament to anybody younger, no matter when you cross, even you cross 10 years ago, that's how we maintain the integrity of the organization. But people are like, you being too Greeky, that's how people slide in easily. Because you don't, like, if she's going around strolling multiple times, it's not her first time. That means she's never been checked.
Yeah. And you gotta, so that in the history of like Greek lettered society actually stems back to centuries. Like it goes back to West African secret societies, right? So people whenever, so this for y'all too, whenever y'all get hit with like why y'all want to be Greek, bro, it's Greek lettered society. Like nothing, there's nothing Greek about it except for the letters, right? So the tradition and the structure actually goes back to like it's ancestral. So you would have these organizations who would like in West Africa, up and down the coast, who would spend time essentially going out in the woods, going out wherever, and they had their own language, they had their own handshakes, they had their own like way of doing things, and that's where most of our stuff is structured off of. So even if you don't have a reverence for the here and the now, right? Whenever y'all are going through y'all processes, man, y'all are summoning bloodline and blood work that go back 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 years. Like it's not just 1911 or 1906 or 1908. None of that. Like you're talking about stuff that goes back before we even had the language we have today. So take it that serious. The same way you take church serious. The same way you take your ancestry serious. Like it's that kind of for real. It's that kind of like I tell my neos all the time. Whenever we're doing this, bro, we are summoning. Like it's not just us in the room. Like ancestors and bloodlines and traditions are from people you won't even know or feel are in this room right now. So take it, hold it with that kind of endearment. Because if it goes away, it's one more thing in our culture that we don't have. The same way they took our religion, the same way they took our speech, the same way they took our culture, the same way they didn't allow you to talk, read, speak, pray. Like they didn't allow that, right? It's the same. This goes away. It's the same thing. It's one more thing we don't have that connects us back to our roots. So that's my woke nigga rant. My bad.
That's old nigga nice for you. Old nigga nice.
You gotta put some stuff in there.
What you say, Tiwa?
So the collection plate.
Oh yeah. Pass it.
Pass the collection plate.
Pass the old nigga nice. That's your new name. Oh, hey, I'm glad you said that, Tiwa, because he's now ain't you ordained or something now, Mike?
I am ordained, yeah.
See, yeah, see, now he ordained and shit.
Man, I am ordained.
Yeah, so pass the collection plate to Pastor old nigga nice. Amen. Let the church say amen.
Let the church say amen. As the chaplain of my graduate chapter.
Yeah.
And charter member, nigga.
Yeah, he's an actual charter member now too. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
They letting you become chaplains and charter members. That's crazy.
Hey, bro, they gonna put my jersey in the rafters, bro. I done did it all.
Have to at this point. They gonna have to, bro.
I done did it all, baby.
They gonna have to, man. We can wrap it up with any last words. Fam, any one of you ladies got something you want? Actually, we're just gonna go around the room. Everybody say any social media you got and any last words. So Tiwa, let's start with you.
Shameless plug at ATL Greek Picnic 1 at the DC Greek Picnic and my personal Tiwa Works TIWAWORKS 01. I guess my last words, again, just truly grateful for the community showing up, showing out. It's been to have come up with and be persistent to pull up DC Greek Picnic was very successful. The love has been crazy since Sunday. I just got home last night and I've been in DC for almost a week. I've flown there like 6 times to get ready, me and my team. And, a lot of people have offered hands-on help, which is great. And that's kind of, again, I always tell people AGP day 1 in 2004 looked just like DC Greek Picnic on Saturday. It was barely 100 people out there. In fact, DC Greek had more people than AGP day 1. So it's, consistency, persistence, and I'm looking forward to coming back next year. And just a little side note, like born in England to Nigerian parents. When I first moved to America, I lived in DC. I was there for like a year before I moved into ATL. So DC holds a very close place to my heart. So it's kind of full circle moment to come back and be part of this inaugural event. But I'm just grateful, man. Looking forward to next year. AGP is 20 years old. We're going all out for old school, new school. 2 picnics are going to happen that weekend. We're going to go all out and look forward to seeing everybody on the chat. Make sure y'all hit me up, come through, and we'll be in touch. Yeah.
Mike,
thanks for having me,
Mike.
Mike.
Mike,
You said
gonna
what?
have to make it. You're going to have to pull up the AGP next year, dog.
Bro, I ain't been there. My first road trip to AGP, I was a week offline. I was on a tree for 3 days, bro. So I had to go back because that shit was a haze, bro.
We're gonna have an old school Greek picnic on Sunday, the day after. So 2 picnics that weekend. So
damn, I'm old school now. What? Cause what you tell me for? Why was you
Definitely old
like?
school.
Why was you like? Yeah, nigga, we gonna have a old like. Is it that?
Because I know you're not coming to the Saturday picnic. That's the general one. You're not coming. You're not gonna pop up to that one. Well, you're welcome to come though if you want to.
I might have to now. Because I mean, you like, yeah, we're gonna have some Frankie Beverly and Coolio for you, nigga. Like, yeah, come on down. Like nigga, what?
That's your shit though, ain't it?
Low key, yeah, low key.
Exactly. So that fits you.
That's we turning up next year. Looking forward to it, man.
Yeah,
appreciate sure. Prophytes, we grew up together, so let's make this shit happen next year.
For sure,
very
dog.
excited.
You know the vibes, man. You know the vibes.
The vibes.
Lacey.
So my social media on TikTok and Instagram is BTHE_fit, FIT_Cinderella. As I'm in the gym, I'm a competitor. So I'm getting ready for my next bodybuilding competition coming up in November. I'm also a soldier. And I'm happy to be here. And Tiwa, I actually put a note on the page saying that I would love to help out with the Greek picnic next year. I'm really big in planning, so I want to make sure that year 2 is more successful than this one. So I would love to help.
Sure, definitely. Sure. We'll follow each other and then we'll talk offline.
That sounds good. Overlap.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Oh yeah, that's my information.
Nasia.
My Instagram is that's the brown skirt, and I'm just playing. That's THATS Nasia NASIA. Just sexual awareness, keep your eyes open. Yeah, we got to go back to the old school. You know how to tell for AKA. Do it. Simple. That's all I got to say.
Never mind. I feel you. I feel you on that for sure. Jade.
So my Instagram is my full government name, Jade.Martinez. My TikTok's 24J Martinez. And I just want to thank you guys for having us and just make sure people stay aware and cognizant of things like this, and also handle any situation the way it needs to be handled, especially when there's serious matters such as mental health involved. And I just want to say thank you to my Prophyte Nasia for just being like a great example of how to be an AKA and what to do in situations like this.
Thank you.
That's dope.
I caught that serious matter in there too, by the way.
Yeah.
Tried to slide that in there. I heard it, but it fit, but just know my listening ears heard you say serious matter. So shout out to you though, fam. Appreciate you. And shout out to Nasia being a good Prophyte. Because that's how Prophytes should be. Prophytes be like, shameless plug. Mike Jones.
Yeah, I'm not giving y'all my Instagram. I'm on page number 3, bro. So they keep hating, bro. My first page, 88,000 followers is gone. So y'all got to find me how y'all find me. I'll be in Javon comments though. So just look for Abby with a dog in it, and y'all will be all right.
I'm just gonna tag you on the
whatever. And then
cover.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that, but I'm not saying it. Black mental health matters though, for real. So we have a serious crisis between capitalism and the systemic environment we live in, and the toll it takes on all of us, and not having the resources needed to make sure people are okay. So even if people are offending you with their actions, if they're not in the right space to make the right decision, Black folks need to have grace with other Black folks. So kudos to the ladies who handled that and made sure they got their property back, but she was left unscathed. Prayer works, and therapy works also. So we'll pray that that young lady gets both in the near future.
Definitely.
Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this wraps up episode 40 of the Prophytes Be Like podcast. Glad we were able to get these individuals together today to piece together all of the story, so that there is no speculation of what happened. You heard it here on the Prophytes Be Like podcast, what happened. So whatever they say happened. So, and of course, as everybody has said, mental health matters. Prayer works too. So, ensure that we are praying for our people who need checkups. And this is also a reminder to go get your checkup, to whether it's talking with a counselor or whatever your outlet may be. That's a positive thing. Make sure you do that, because it's mental health is a real thing in our world. I'm Mr. Prophytes Be Like. Y'all know where to find me at Prophytes Be Like everything. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and also the PBL podcast on Instagram. Once again, this is episode 40 of the Prophytes Be Like podcast, and we out.